Welcome to the Survivor Fans Podcast. I'm Joanne.
And I'm Stacy. We're here with David, Bret, and Jay from Survivor Millennials versus Gen X.
Hi, guys.
What up?
Congratulations. Congratulations on making it to the finale.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
So tell us how you were chosen to be on Survivor. Let's start with you, David.
Basically, I applied 3 times, and the third time was a charm. I sent a video into the website, and a week later I got a call from casting, and it was a month-long casting process, and I was so happy when I finally got chosen.
What changed in that third time?
I think I presented a much more honest version of myself. I think I was trying to be like a Russell Hantz in my previous videos, or like a Boston Rob, and it's just not who I am, and I think they sniffed that out pretty quick.
Okay, what about you, Bret?
I've been trying out since the second season, since Australian Outback. Well, I guess I was trying out for the third, but I did open audition. Then I did a couple open auditions. I did send in a tape years ago, and then I did the last one I actually got was an open audition where I went in and I had something I was going to do, but they actually had like a sheet of what they were looking for, so I changed it up at the last minute, and within a month they were calling me.
What was on the sheet?
I can't remember. Everyone asked that, but it was like I remember walking in going, "Oh my God, what is this?" Because I had something I was going to do, and it was just like information they were looking for, or like bullets that they wanted, which they probably just started to give everyone. I can't exactly remember what it was, but I will say that I think because I changed up at the last minute, it came off fresh and it worked.
What about you, Jay?
I just sent in a video, and they gave me a call I think it was for co-wrong, and then I was an alternate, and then I got lucky and they called me back.
This is Bret. They originally called me for Blood versus Water, but none of my family members would come out.
Okay.
It's okay. If they call you again, I'll play with you, Bret.
I got the best. Thanks, buddy.
What did you do to prepare once you found out you were going to be on? Let's start with you, David.
I knew that I was a pretty thin guy, and I knew that if I was going to go deep into the game, I was going to have to be able to have some fat to burn. So I just started drinking or eating milkshakes every night, and I was able to put on about 6 pounds. But in the end, I don't think it was enough because by day 32, I was just completely exhausted and famished, and just had no gas in the tank.
How about you, Bret?
Oh, when they called me in October and told me that the open cat, that I started going through the process again last October. I mean, a year ago, last October. I started going to the gym, swimming, doing laps, getting in shape. I mean, originally when they called me for Blood versus Water, I was 275 pounds, so I immediately lost probably about 65 pounds and got down for that. But then I didn't get called, so I had kept that weight off. So I just started working out and swimming and stuff like that, and got ready for it, and just mentally prepared.
How about you, Jay? What'd you do?
Just constantly worked out. I was just doing all kinds of different activities, trying to work out on random things like balance and weight carries, just because I know that there's all kinds of crazy stuff they're going to throw at us.
What other questions did you ask the final 3 that we didn't get to see, David?
Actually, I only asked the one question that you saw. That tribal went over 3 hours long, and we were all exhausted. And at that point, I just wanted to wrap it up as quickly as I could.
So you did go last?
I did.
Were the questions answered to your satisfaction?
Oh, sure. I mean, I think everybody should answer however they want. And so it's not even for me to judge bowling in terms of whether or not they deserve my vote.
What about you, Bret?
I had asked Hannah a question, but it was so unimportant I can't remember what it was. Ken's was pretty much how it went out, except he went on for about 15 minutes on it, and I actually turned to him and said, "Ken, land the plane," and I wish that made it on because it's a funny line. And then I had pretty much made up my decision earlier that Adam had my vote, but I wanted to give him a little bit of a question because I thought he was ridiculous for taking Dave as long as he did if he wanted to be a winner in the game. So I did ask him, why did you take David as far as you did? I think it's somewhere around, I'm paraphrasing, but it was something like that, I just asked one. It was just to David. I mean to Adam, sorry.
Okay.
Right. Why and when did you decide to vote for Adam? David?
Oh, I felt that, his game reminded me a lot of my own. He found 2 idols, and, he's very likable, and I thought that in a weird way, by voting or writing his name down, I was kind of voting for myself. So I thought he played a great game.
How about you, Jay?
The moment David went home.
And Bret?
Yeah, I mean, I had a great friendship with Adam. We had a side alliance after the merge where he was kind of looking out for me because we were on kind of 2 sides, and I was looking out for him. So I kind of knew that if he got there and I wasn't there and Dave wasn't there and Jay wasn't there, that he was going to be the... I mean, listen, he played a great game. Of the 3 that were sitting there, he played the best game, so he obviously was going to get my vote.
Jay, did you tell them Adam's story at Ponderosa before the tribal?
Nope.
I didn't tell anyone anything. It was his story to tell, so I wasn't going to do it.
What role, if anything, did the discussions at Ponderosa play in your decisions?
I think we were all pretty much on the same page. I mean, obviously you talk about the game at Ponderosa, but everybody pretty much thought the same thing. I don't think it played much of a role at all, other than maybe just reinforce what we already thought.
Yeah, I mean, we just come off, most of us just come out of the game recently, and so your opinions don't change much. You know who you like, who you don't like. You know who you vote for the most part. And I mean, when it was as simple as that vote, I mean, I don't think there's anything you can possibly talk about Ponderosa that would change my view or who I was voting for.
Okay, if the three of you were the final three, who wins?
The three of us?
Great final three.
Yes.
That'd be amazing.
It would be a great final three, but I think, and this is Bret, David wins hands down.
Okay,
Really?
what about
Or
you?
possibly a tie. Who knows?
I don't know.
What do you think, Jay?
I mean, it could be a tie. Who knows? But it would be a great final three. I'd like to see it pan out.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because if it would have been you, me, and Bret, I don't think it would have been a tie. I think you would have won, Dave.
I think you would have won too, David. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, because Bret might still vote, and I would need like every vote to make a tie.
I don't know, man, though, but Jay, you had a lot of millennials on your side.
Yeah.
I did have a lot of friends there too, but like the one without Jay in the mix, I think I gain a lot of millennials. Okay, but I don't. With Jay there, he gets Taylor, he gets Michelle, he gets Will, he gets a lot of votes there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I wouldn't get Zeke.
No, you wouldn't get Zeke.
So
I'd
David,
probably get
David. But if I'm in it and David's in it, David gets Zeke. I think David gets Zeke in his vote. So it's a tough one.
If David's in it, he'd get Zeke hands down.
Okay.
Zeke told me, he's like, yo, I would vote for David.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
you'd have to.
Yeah, for sure.
David, did you tell anyone about the fake idol?
I had told Hannah that I was considering it, and even showed her some of the pieces that I had. But I didn't tell her that I actually did it. And when I planted it, and when it was played at Tribal, it was news to Hannah and everybody else.
Did they ask who did it, and did you admit?
I admitted it. Yeah, I think Jay actually asked me, and I said yeah.
So Jay, what was going through your mind when Jeff said this is not an idol?
Oh, my God. What was going through my mind was just a curse word. I was stressed out. I was just like, oh, my God, I'm going home, dude. They tricked me. Who made this? What the hell? I don't know what to do.
You guys all had great moments during the show. Which are you most proud of? Let's start with you, Jay.
When I told Jeffrey to snuff my torch.
I love that.
All right, how about you, Bret?
Are we talking about this last night's show, or are we talking about the whole thing?
The whole thing.
Oh, I would have to say, listen, Jeff Pro says it was the best, his favorite moment, so I have to go with the Zeke, sitting down with Zeke on the beach and having a talk.
Right.
How about you, David?
I appreciate it.
And then for me, David, I really was proud of saving Jessica. Oh, and also I'm proud that we all, this is really for everybody, I'm proud that we all went to Rocks. I thought that was just a really great moment.
Oh, me too, man.
Yeah,
You didn't seem to get credit for saving Jessica, though. We didn't get to see much of that. How did that play out?
Well, when I played my idol, I mean, you mean I didn't get credit because she gave her an advantage to Ken?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was, I was fine with that. I thought she had a lot more damage to do, or damage control to do with Ken than she did with me. So I actually.
Oh, wait a minute! I don't remember you saying that. I remember you saying to me after that unfolded, "Why the hell didn't she give that to me?" I remember you saying those words, and I said, "Jesus, Dave, you're absolutely right. You should have gotten that." So I think that she was wrong not to give that to him because he's way more powerful player than Ken would ever be in the game, and I thought that was a foolish move. She should have walked right up to David after he played that for her and handed it to him. That was a foolish move. And if she did, that gets you pat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, good point. But I love Jessica, so it's all good.
No, we all love Jessica, but it's just a stupid move.
Did any of you have any injuries or health issues? Let's start with you, Bret.
No, I was good, man. I will go see the dog. You know, I was fine. They
Wicked hangover.
yeah, that was the only thing I got a little. Just once. It wasn't like everyone thought. I wasn't like
But I was just not a drunk. Yeah, he's a good person.
Okay, what about you, Jay?
Yeah, actually, but when I got voted out, the next day, for some reason, my foot got super swollen because it got cut on the reef, so it got infected, and they had to start digging in there to get stuff out.
We all saw it. We all saw them dig so much stuff out of Jay's foot.
Yeah, it was gnarly, dude.
It was.
What about you, David?
For me, I had like infections all over my face from like ingrown beard hairs, and as a result of like not bathing for weeks, and it was just disgusting.
How did you feel about your edit in the show, David?
I liked my edit. Before the season premiered, there were some things that I remembered happening that I was thinking, oh, I really hope they don't show that. I hope they don't show that, and they didn't. So I feel pretty good about that.
What was it? What did you not want to show?
I cried way more than they showed. I mean, I was crying all the time, every day. I just had experience.
Bunch of crybabies out there. They didn't have enough time to show you crying, bro. Adam was crying almost every episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it those birds? Did they scare you and make you cry?
Honestly, they were scary, and Bret can attest to this. I mean, he wasn't afraid of them, but Bret woke up and one was standing on him. And
God, that freaked me out. I had been making fun of David because he literally got chased by one down the friggin' path. And I was making fun of him so bad. And in the middle of the night, I wake up and I almost flipped out when the thing was looking at me and sitting on my body. But we laughed. Me and David always we're always down dealing with the fire and sitting down at the end of the thing. So whenever those stupid birds come through, we'd get attacked in the middle of the night.
How about you, Jay? How'd you feel about your overall edit?
Oh man, I loved it, and I loved the way that they ended it with me. It was cool. The edit was nice.
And you, Bret?
Oh, I was happy. I mean, listen, we all gripe about certain things that didn't get on it, that didn't show, but no, I'm pretty happy with it.
What challenged you most during the show, David?
Oh, I mean, that's easy. The swimming was just, I was afraid of every single water challenge. I just can't swim, and I think that's pretty obvious from what you saw.
Jay?
It would have to be David.
Oh.
I like that. Okay.
One most unexpected dude would be David, but yeah. He would drive me nuts. He had like the best alliance ever. Ken is like the most loyal. He's like, I'm never gonna budge, baby. I love you forever. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
What about you, Bret?
What did I struggle with?
Yeah, what challenged you most?
Your hangover.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I can't think of much. I mean, I guess my biggest struggle came towards the end with people just weren't listening to reason, and I felt that they weren't thinking like there's certain people I didn't think were playing the game. I really didn't think they were playing the game, or they weren't playing for the right reasons. So, which was $1 million. And if you don't see that, you're a fool. That. Yeah, no, not David. David was.
Okay, here's a combo question. How's your view of Survivor changed after the experience, and how's your view of yourself changed? Let's start with you, Bret.
My view of Survivor changed. I think it's just because I thought it would be more difficult. How do I put this? It was difficult, but I thought like the people that work for the CBS and the people I was out there with made it an unbelievable experience and something that I'll never forget. What was the second part of that question?
How about your view of yourself?
Oh yeah, my view of myself changed incredibly. I mean, I think the biggest thing I did was pretty much step up and show myself to the world, which was something I was so scared to do for my whole life. So I guess my view of myself and my confidence level went up huge after that. Just being able to be yourself and not care anymore was huge,
How about you, Jay?
Yeah, my view on Survivor was just like, before I was like, oh, I could do that for sure, and like obviously I did it, but it's a lot harder than it looks, because you were hungry, dude. You were hungry, and coconuts suck. So, and then the view on myself is I definitely got a lot more patient, and I learned that I know I can do anything now, even more than I thought before. So, it's all.
How about you, David? Any breakthroughs?
Survivor now, having played it, it's the way it's changed or evolved. I love it even more now, and would love to play it again. And in terms of how I view myself differently, I think I just feel more confident and capable. Kind of, like what Jay was saying as far as his abilities.
Was there anything you wish had been shown about you that didn't get aired? You touched on this, Bret.
Well, I mean, they like to show me flipping out a lot and stuff like that. But I mean, I had a lot of compassion for people out there too, I think. And I mean, I didn't get as far as I did without showing people my compassionate side. And I think if you ask anyone, I think I get along with mostly everyone out there. I mean, I don't know. That's a hard question. I don't know why it is, but so no, I guess I'm pretty happy with my edit. You know, I mean, I don't think I'm as angry or as cranky. That's a good word, not angry. I don't think I'm as cranky as they showed me in a couple of parts. But I mean, I think for the most part, I didn't get really bad at it. You know, so I'm pretty happy with it.
Okay, Jade, what did you wish they'd shown about you?
Pretty happy with what they did. They actually just didn't show one scene that I wish they would have shown.
Which
the
was?
same day that I got voted out, I was sitting and talking with Adam in the forest, and we were just having a discussion about how I shouldn't go home, and then I told him I was like, I'm going to go look for the idol, and he's like, please don't, because then I have to follow you. So then I got up and started chucking it through, running through the forest, and Adam comes chasing me, and he screams for everyone to come and, follow me so that I can't find an idol. He ends up tackling me, and we were, wrestling under this tree because we found, David's little paint stash of what the heck he was making the fake idol with. That would have been sick to see, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
was
would have been
screaming,
fun.
oh, yay, the song or whatever, all the way through the jungle. So it was fun.
So what about you, David? Anything you wish they'd shown about you?
Well, not really specific to me. What I wish they'd shown, and really the kind of Survivor, the edit has evolved, so they don't really show anything other than really the strategy. I wish they'd shown more of the hanging out, and that's just so that I have these memories to look at. But all of us playing bocce ball and playing checkers and just hanging out and having a good time and bonding. And I wish there was more room in the show for things like that.
Lifestyle shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't even get me fishing, man.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and you were a badass at fishing.
No, the lifestyle shots would have been sick. Even the checkerboard that we made.
Yeah, that would have been so much fun. Yeah.
You made that, right?
Yeah. I think.
Yeah,
The checkerboard was awesome. Why didn't they show that?
Yeah, they didn't show the checkerboard. David made this perfect thing.
Yeah, I guess they didn't like it.
He even had the kings on the bottom of the checker piece. It's like, what?
Oh yeah.
Crushed it.
What's next for you, David?
Right now, I sold with my writing partner an animated pilot to TBS with Reese Darby from Flight of the Conchords. In a few months, we should find out whether or not it's going to get picked up for series. So I've got my fingers crossed.
What's next for you, Jay?
I'm actually going to get off the phone and call Jeff and see if I could play again.
Okay. How about you, Bret?
I'm going back to work as a Boston police officer unless I get a phone call from Jeff or anybody else.
Oh, I thought you were a mortician.
That's what I told you about,
Yeah, I would have never guessed you were a cop.
Well, thank you all for sharing with us today and entertaining us all season. This was an awesome season. So Thank you, guys, and good luck to all of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the kind words.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye now.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye.